All right, so what we're going to do on our Honda Pilot is we're going to install a battery terminal extension, because in these V6s that Honda makes, our Pilot, our Ridgeline, the Odyssey, the Passport, they're all the same. The battery is right here. It's under here. So all you can see right now is a positive battery terminal. So if you're going to jump the car the traditional way with a set of long jumper cables, you could leave everything intact. You could pop this plastic extension up, this cover, and you could put your positive terminal there. The owner's manual tells you to hook the negative end over here on this cover. There's a terminal right here, this metal terminal. So it's this hook right here. So you would just put your negative terminal right there. But most people now, at least, you know, the bad thing about that traditional method is that you need another vehicle. You need to carry a set of full jumper cables, and you need to have another vehicle. Well, you don't always have that. So what I like to use and what I carry in all my vehicles is this Noco GB40 Genius Boost. So it's made to jump start your battery without the help of another person. So you would just take this out, you would take your cables and see how short they are. They're, I don't know, 6-8 inches long or something. Definitely not far enough to span from there to there. So what you do on these is you plug this in, you put the positive end on the positive terminal, the negative end on the negative terminal, and it jumps your battery. They're very helpful. I've used them many times. Every time I have a battery go dead, this is what gets me to the parts store to buy one. So we're going to show you how you get to your battery. So this would be helpful if you were changing the battery. So you would just, this whole plastic cover here just pops off with no tools. So you just start at one end, start popping it off. And then you got this hood release clip that's kind of overlapping, so I leave that like that. I'll start over here, and I just meet in the middle over here. And then it comes off right there. So I'm just going to set this aside. The other piece we have to remove takes a Phillips head screwdriver. It's this plastic scoop right here. So I just undo these two plastic screws. So this one loosened. The other one just kept spinning the base piece. So let's see what we have to do. Maybe I have to hold that down with my finger so that this will unscrew. There. So what was happening was this was spinning. Okay, so then we just lift up on this. These clips stay in there. And then this plastic piece goes into this rubber piece right here that connects it to the airbox. So you just kind of wiggle that out of the rubber portion. This rubber piece will either stick to this or stick to that. It really doesn't matter. So just set that aside. All right, so what we want to do is be able to use our jump starter without removing all this. So we have this extension. So right now there's the negative battery terminal, and it already has this little jumper going to the frame right here with that bolt. That's a 10mm bolt. We're going to remove that bolt. We're going to put this there to extend it over here, so that when we want to access it, we don't have to remove everything. All right, so we're gonna remove the negative battery terminal first. This is also a 10mm. Okay, so we're going to remove our negative battery terminal. We'll set it out of the way right there. So now we're going to be working on this right here. So we're going to loosen this. Okay, so this bolt has a little washer on it. We're gonna grab our extension cable. We're gonna leave the original one from the vehicle up against the frame. We're gonna put ours on the outside. We're gonna use the same bolt. We'll put it right back where it was. Okay, as it starts to tighten, I just like them to be right in line, even. Well, snug that up real good, not too tight, but pretty snug. Okay, it's not gonna go anywhere. Now what I wanna do is take a plastic zip tie. I wanna secure our extension along the way. I'm going to use this point right here. So I'm going to loop my zip tie in here. I'm going to put the zip tie right here. I'm just going to kind of pull it tight. So it's not going to go anywhere. And this way I don't have to cut this. I don't have it tied somewhere that's going to be in my way when I actually want to use it. So now all this will be covered. This will be the part I'll hook to my negative battery terminal, and I can just kind of bend it and leave it right there, accessible. Okay, so now I want to reinstall my battery terminal. Now that this is done, so I'm going to put that back. Okay, I'll grab my socket. Get it tight enough where it'll act like a socket. Okay. Okay, so snug that up. All right, so that install is done right there. Okay, so now I want to reinstall my airbox. So I'll kind of put that on good like that. It snaps right on easily. All right, so now we're gonna pop our plastic shroud back on. We start in the middle by getting it over the hood latch. You may have to lift your latch just a little bit. And kind of line this up with the washer fluid. These rubber parts go in that hole. The hood latch needs to, I need to kind of bring this back up, get the hood latch in there first, get it under the hood latch before I push anything down. So I start at this end, just kind of start making sure my clips are popping in. I can't see them on the top, but I can feel them when they pop in. Just kind of make my way over. Okay, and then I just kind of go back across it. Okay, got them all in. All right, so now the idea is that if I ever need to use this, even though this isn't a huge deal in my garage, to pop this off, grab a Phillips screwdriver, take this airbox off, it's a big deal if I'm out somewhere and I need to jump start my car because my battery died. So now the idea is that I would pop the positive. I'd get that on the positive. I would use my new negative. And I would put it right there on my negative. I would turn it on. And I would jump it that way. But I don't have a bad battery. So that's the idea. So I hope that's been helpful. I'll put links to everything in the description, including the cable I bought, including this NOCO GB40. I'll put all that in the description. So one thing on these I want to point out, this is our Pilot, is that there's two different hood positions. So this, I have the bar right here, so the hood is almost straight up. So it really opens up this area for work. Also helps if you're in a garage and you need some light from your ceiling, lets it in there. The normal position is here, right here. You can tell how much lower that is. It's very dark in there. A tall person would hit their head on there. So just be aware that you can either put the hood rest there or you can put it right here to get, from this position all the way to that position. So just something helpful. Some people may not realize it's there.